Okay guys, we're at the asylum. I'm gonna drop them off. You ain't never gonna see them again, I'm just saying. Okie dokie y'all, we are day 4 and we are going to the asylum.
Finally, LaDonna gets us in the asylum.
I'm gonna drop these ladies off.
We're being
They ain't never seen them again.
Asylum.
Yeah. Now, all seriousness, it's the Texas Art Asylum. So, we are excited. We saw little treasures there. So, we can't wait to see what we can
Nobody's
find.
ever been there, so
Yes.
it's a new place for me and them.
All of you. So, stay tuned.
Here we go.
Okay, guys. We're at the asylum. I'm going to drop them off. You ain't never going to see them again. I'm just saying. Just saying. Cheryl's just all about the cats. Cheryl just wants to see the cats.
Cheryl found out there's cats there, so
She don't care about anything else. She don't care about me. Whatever. No. So, we're headed over yonder and see what we can get into. What shenanigans await again. And Cheryl's like already lost again. So, look at this fun building. Look, guys. Look. It's gonna be amazing. Oh, look at the cat. It's so cool. Haha, they're going in. Little they knew I'm gonna lock them in. Sheryl, look what I found. So look, y'all. They have these individual ephemera packets. Aren't these neat? They're so cool. So that's what we're looking for right now. Little cart sniffer. He's checking us out. Hello, you pretty puppy. We okay? Do we pass inspection? Okay, guys, we got everything you can think of. Got all these photos. We have fabric, cabinet cards, postcards, film strips. You name it, you're going to find it. We have more. More goodies. Look at this. Look at what they did with that. They're very artistic here. Pretty much anything you can think of, guys. There's Sheryl. She's digging. And there's Beth back there digging. This is a digger paradise, guys. I'm quite sure what would be in here. I'm thinking we can put, guys. We have stamps. We have stickers. We have all kind of bits and bobs and crafts. I'm not gonna lie, I'm completely overstimulated at this point. And Cheryl's like, I don't know. She's
it's just
underground. I'm not really sure.
I've never been here, but
See,
they
look,
have
look,
everything.
there she goes. There she goes. She's
But
16.
she's the only one that can get down there. I can't bend down. My back would be killing me. Absolutely not.
Cheryl.
Especially after yesterday.
Okay, y'all, I got oodles and oodles of stuff. 2 bags. If you're a artist, this is a fantastic place for you to come and get your goodies. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to go through things. And I found a few surprises. Can't wait to show you till later. Beth got a bag to put her stuff in. Cheryl has her little bag. Let's see. Now let's see what other shenanigans we can get into today. Talk to you in a bit. Bye. And then there's this.
The everyday Houston traffic. It is already 7 lanes one way.
And it's not quite 2:30.
It's a Wednesday. This is why I don't go to Houston, people.
This is what I don't miss about living in Houston. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got like 7 lanes.
Yeah. Crazy.
Beth's gonna lose her shit.
It's just, why?
I'm just saying.
Why?
Fun time. And Cheryl's just back there going through her whole
Going
bag.
through her treasures. Squirreling around.
Hey guys, we are at our second stop, which Family Thrift by the taco trucks. So yeah, Cheryl wants tacos, and she says she has Imodium. So there's that. So what we can get into at the Family Thrift, guys. Alright guys, we're going to have some Tex-Mex. It's been years since I had Tex-Mex. So we are going to one of my old gringos. Yum yum yum. Alright guys, there's not going to be a lot of talking because we're all hangry. I'm just saying. And we got something to combat the hangry. Put me in a better mood. Hello there, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that footage from the Texas Art Asylum. I didn't get a lot of footage. I didn't even realize that. I was so busy digging and hunting for the things that I forgot to film. Oh my goodness. So what I have done is attached my live haul that I did on Vamp, Virtual Antique Marketplace, to the end of this video. If you're not familiar with Vamp, I would encourage you to give us a follow. I would love to see you in one of my sales. I do a sale every Wednesday at 11 Central, 12 Eastern on virtualantiquemarketplace.com, or you can go to the district app and look for Vamp. There are a variety of vintage resellers on that platform. I'm sure somebody will strike your fancy, but if you see anything in this haul, you can always email me at bayoubellevintiques@gmail.com, or stay tuned to one of my lives. Many of these items from our Texas ventures are showing there first. And also, another thing, you will notice during the haul, the video will be in portrait mode. We can multicast our video, our lives rather, from Vamp onto YouTube, but they show up in a portrait mode instead of landscape mode. So, may look a little bit different, but I hope you stay tuned. Keep watching the haul. But with that, I will catch you on the next one. Bye now. I was just saying, today we're going to go over this big old box of stuff that I got at the Texas Art Asylum. Texas Art Asylum is in the downtown Houston area, and they have everything you can possibly think of to craft with, as well as like some vintage, well, I won't say vintage, pretty much everything in there is vintage. It's basically a crafter's salvage is what I like to think of it. I mean, you name it, it's there. Frames, pens, stickers, photos, fabric, sewing, cat, there was a cat there. Just it was crazy. I had to go through multiple times. Every time I would go through, I'd find something new. So I found a few things. Some new old stock items that caught my eye. Check that out. And a lot of times, yeah, it was a real cat. And they had like a vintage daybed. Well, maybe it was a crib. Might have been like a vintage crib or daybed. I can't remember. You have to check my video. But so they had a bunch of the fabric in there, and I had a heart attack. I reached over and I was gonna go sorting through the fabric, and I'm like, what? There's a cat. And then there was a little puppy running around, but he wouldn't let me touch him. But he sure wanted to check everything out. But, you know, I picked up things that were still in their package that caught my eye. Look at these vintage Christmas foil leaves. I picked up those. I also found some jingle bells with a few of their bells still on there. Look at that. It used to be 25 cents. You know, so I snagged things that, you know, either were still in their package or they were definitely vintage. I also found a few other things that weren't necessarily vintage, but I picked them up with thoughts of pride. So like I found the set of stickers, you know, anything I thought that would be of use later. Oh, look at these. I got these, they're still in their package. These vintage little muffin, they're out of Quebec. Made in the USA, but out of Quebec. That's confusing. Check that out. So, but they've never been used. So what's the design? Oh, these are going to be good. Look at these. Look. They're rainbow, but they also have the music notes on there. So they're birthday ones. Those are super cute. Those will be good. And multiple things that those could be used for. So got those. I also found, look at these. Look at these itty bitty rollers. Does anybody remember these? I may have slept in the adult form. I'm thinking these are like doll size, but I can remember sleeping in these. Oh my God. You talking about a headache? Lord. And I used to, what about those perm rods? Like, I swear, when my mama would put these in my head, I think she was trying to curl the hair that hadn't even grown yet. It was like instant facelift. Oh my word. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Then I also found, like I said, they had a lot of beads. So what I did was, you know, I picked up some of the vintage, like the bugle beads, but then I also found several still in their package from Hong Kong. So I got those. I know I have more. Yeah. So I got a few of those. So I was like, I have to decide what I'm going to do with them. If I'm going to, you know, keep them for crafting, or if, you know, I'll let them go from their original packaging. I don't know. I have no idea. And also, oh, and these. I did pick up these. These are, at first I thought they were like earring deals, but they're ornament hooks. So I was thinking these would be good to keep like in a project stash. You know, Michelle, I say I craft. I have, where'd that go? I have really good intentions. I have a lot of crafts marked in my Pinterest. Do I do said crafts? I am currently working on some jewelry Christmas trees, and then I have an idea for the vintage clip-on earrings that I am working on. I used to scrapbook tons, and then I got cats, and that didn't work. So yeah. I have lots of ideas. I have all the things. I just need to sit down and do them. But one thing I am, yeah, right, collecting. One thing I am putting together are some journaling, scrapbook, paper kits. So I am working on putting those together. In fact, last night, that's kind of what I was doing, because I have tons and tons and tons of ephemera. So I'm just going through all the bits and bobs, and I think I'll add like buttons in there and ribbon and the rickrack and all that kind of stuff with them. I think that'd be a good way to utilize those. So that's why Willie was getting upset when he heard I was going through a bunch of magazines and kind of deconstructing them, because the magazines themselves don't have value, but it's what's in them that has the value. Ooh, cool bag. Yeah, that's neat. That's definitely neat. I'll probably also, I have some old ledgers that I'm going to offer as books to use for that journaling, you know, because they're like a bunch of blank pages, so I thought they'd be kind of cool to put with that. So that is my project. And then I think also, like, if you watched Beth's video, you know, there were a bunch of like holiday party supply kind of stuff. So I found a bunch of these vintage Easter, which would have been cake toppers. So stuff like that I'll also put in there. I managed somehow, when I was digging through those boxes, look at this. I found a German paper mache egg. And y'all, if y'all saw those bins, I don't know how this survived. Not getting smashed, because basically they have so much stuff. It is just crammed in these plastic bins, and then they just, they sort. Some things are sorted by color, some things by holiday, some things by what it is. They had stamps that you could have spent all day there. And looking back, I really would like to go back, because there were parts I somehow didn't even see. I don't know how. I got fixated in one area and then somehow missed the whole other area. Oh. Oh, look at these. Stop. Look at these lint rollers. And they're still in there. So one thing I've been doing is going through and finding the ads for some of these products and putting them together. So I thought that would be neat. I did find a hand-blown ornament from Poland also in there. I don't know how it didn't get shattered. So it's in really good condition. We have that. Well, and I got the idea, well, even more beads. I got the idea from the Asylum, because they had ephemera packs already put together. So it gave me ideas. Look at these. These are those little, what do you call it? Those little die cuts, but they're a little Christmas mouse. How cute are those? So stuff like this, will be really good in those ephemera packs as well. I found tons and tons, guys, of package toppers. So, oh, and Beth found me baby Jesus. I have several cookie cutters, like bags of them, that I need to sort through, but you never have the baby Jesus. So we got baby Jesus now. But I got they had this whole table, and they had a I probably will. I just want to go through the bags that I have downstairs and see if I have any other pieces of the nativity. I have about 5 bags of cookie cutters that I was just like, they have been there for years, because I thought back during the pandemic that I would start selling, and I didn't do it. I got my head, I let everything else get in the way. So I was down there one day with my daughter, and I'm like, oh my God, here's a bag, here's a bag, here's a bag, here's a bag. So, but yeah, he will be up for sale. Like I said, I just want to double check and see if I have any other nativity pieces, because, I don't know. But yeah, everybody's always missing baby Jesus though, right? But they had this fishbowl, like, well, I call it a fishbowl. I think they were originally like, for battery acid, and they're square. You might have seen them. They're like, well, square. They're rectangular glass, and I believe they were used for battery acid. Whenever you find them, they're quite expensive, but they were filled with different cards. So I went through and picked up just a ton of different cards because I was like, you could use them as package toppers, you know, and then they all have all these little sayings on them. So things like that were by the pound. There were, I mean, it's insane the amount of package toppers that I got. I got some Easter ones of hearts. And then I found these really cute flashcards with the little space theme. And like I said, it's the cheapest way other than exactly. I mean, there's so many different uses for this kind of thing, but other than going to the bins, I mean, you know, it was the best way to find them. And these were clean. But look at all these. I thought these were so cute. So yeah, I picked those up. Picked up several different sets. Let's see. I got also some more like trivia kind of ones. Like this one is TV. These were entertainment. And these were music. Then they had these, which when I turned them around, they had different animal life from Alaska. So I just was like, I was just having a ball over there, and I didn't even. I mean, there was so much. There was just so much, and then I found these. I'm not quite sure. I forgot what Beth was taking. Maybe like with dream catchers or something. But they're all like different Native American like interpretations of their drawings and stuff. I forgot. I was gonna look these up because I wasn't really quite sure what they were. Beth thought she called them something. I can't remember. But I don't think either of us remember to look it up to see if that's what they were. Also got, look at this little guy I found. I thought he was cute. So again, another thing that would be cute in junk journaling. And then also like, look at the little envelope that it came with. I mean, like I said, there was a crazy amount of stuff there. Now, I also got this little game. So they did have vintage hard goods. Not everything was like, you know, craft, although somebody could obviously craft with that. But I thought that would be great for like 4th of July patriotic kind of display. And the box is in amazing condition. And like I said, not everything was crafting. Look at this guy. Isn't he amazing? He's a frog with his little glasses, holding his top hat. He's a candle holder. He's amazing. He is signed. But I love things like this. I like the unexpected, you know, in the decor. So yes, I picked him up. Then We went over to the, like I said, there was the fabric. I found Mr. the little hand towel. I looked for Mrs. I could not find Mrs. I looked everywhere. Could not find the Mrs. And then, you know me and my scarves. I got this, and like I said, again, this was all like in crafting. So this one is 100% silk, made in Japan. Look how pretty this one is. It is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Here is the vintage label. Right, Bug? I love that saying. I found hanky. I found this cute little dishcloth. I have a lot of embroidered dishcloths, so whenever I find them, I do pick them up in hopes, you know, that if I don't have a complete set somewhere, then, you know, I can add to it. I need to just do a whole bin of dishcloths. But like I said, this stuff, it was kind of like going to the bins, you know, it was by the pound, but it was better because it was clean. And I found this vintage scarf as well. And this one is also 100% silk. I had that. Then I picked up this. I thought this just screamed 80s to me. Look at that. With that watercolored lily, screams Florida, 80s Florida to me. But, you know, stuff like that is also good in those like journaling kits, you know. So, and one thing, as I'm going through the tubs and tubs and tubs, I know about the colors, I loved them. As I'm going through them, anything I'm finding that is damaged, I'm throwing in another bin for crafting, recycling, because I have seen so many cute projects where people put them on jean jackets or make cute little pillows and stuff. So I was like, nothing should ever be thrown away, you know? Well, some things probably should be, but look at this apron. When the kitty moved, I found this apron. It's the eyelet, and it's in fabulous condition. No stains whatsoever to it. So, you know me and my aprons. And who remembers having, I used to have blouses back in high school made with that fabric. And y'all, oh my God. If you watched Beth's haul, she talked about the sarong I found. Are you ready for this? It's so big. I mean, it's a sarong. I was looking for the name. It's called Sea Folly. Google Sea Folly sarongs. I kept looking at trying to figure out what it was, and then I Googled it. But it's like it's just called Seacoast, but like a Hawaii kind of theme. Like I said, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. So you could even use it as a tablecloth. These things are over $150. And it is in mint condition. I was just like, what? And it's over here in the like per pound. I think I paid 50 cents for it. How crazy is that? But when I was looking at it, I was like, oh, that would make like a cute little summer like tablecloth or something. Yeah, I think that's gonna get listed. That's that was totally insane. All right, then I mentioned ephemera. So I picked up several of these because the ideas I was getting from them. Look at this. Like, these are the baby pens, but then they paired it with a little baby booklet. I thought that was a really cute idea. So this one was to clean your lingerie stockings. I've never seen that. Have you ever seen it? And the product is still in there. It's never been opened. It has a little note on the back. So, garment must be clear and dry, drip dry 12 hours, wash with ivory soap. How cool is that? So, like I said, I was looking at these because I have so much ephemera, and I just loved how this got packaged together. I mean, look at this little booklet. It's an amazing condition. And it's like a book on that she filled out on when to send people's like cards, like to keep track of their stuff. And y'all, you see the back part. Look at this. It says Bertha. Now, my dad used to tease my mother all the time, and we call her Bertha. I have never seen it is a vintage postcard. I have never seen one with Bertha on it. So, and I didn't know at the time because, you know, you couldn't open them. But I was just like, oh my God, I have to get that. And I have to show that to my mom. In fact, I might do, I made them a wedding book. Most of their photos got destroyed in Katrina. So I had, fortunately, a bunch of their old slides that I scanned in, and I remade her, like scrapbooked, a little wedding album because she had lost all of that stuff. But wouldn't that be cute added into that? I mean, oh my gosh. Then I also picked up this little vintage birth announcement from 1918. I thought that was kind of cool. I love finding, and this is in really good condition. And I also picked up, hey, sorry about that. Like I said, I loved how they took some of these miscellaneous ephemera pieces, and then they would pair them. So one of the things I was doing last night, I was taking some of the musicals that I had, if it was a theme that matched whatever I was putting together, I'm also adding that into those ephemera packets. And then they just put like a piece of scrapbook paper with it. But I thought that was a really good idea. And then the last thing that I got from the Texas Art Asylum is probably one of my favorite. Sorry for the noise, guys. But it's this vintage Whitman little Christmas book. How cute would that be framed for your Christmas display? So look at that. I thought that was so cute. So that is my task now, is to, I'm going through all my bits and bobs, like I said, and either pairing up vintage ads with the product, or I'm making ephemera kits out of the tons and tons of stuff that I have. So yeah, so if you're interested in that sort of thing, I'll also bring them to Vamp as well. And I also have, like, I don't know if anybody crafts with those old Christmas light bulbs. I have tons and tons of them that I was thinking about just doing in little baggy lots, and putting up, because as I'm sorting through all my stuff, I'm like, I don't think I have one up here. They're about that big, but they're like all different colors. I'll try to take a picture and put them up in the seller chat and see if anybody's interested, because I have way more than I will ever craft with. I've seen people make little ornaments out of them or put them on wreaths, all that kind of stuff. So, I'm after going to the asylum, I have really been looking at things totally different. They do have an Instagram page. Y'all should check them out. If you're ever in Houston, Texas, I highly recommend going there, because, like I said, you have no idea what you're gonna. Willie, I have my own asylum going on here. Yeah, yeah. I definitely want to go back to Texas. I lived in the Houston area for several years, probably about 11 years. But I want to go to the Canton Flea Market. My husband has a childhood friend who is, what do you call it? The AD of North Texas college football. So he's got people he can go see. I still have friends that live up in the surrounding greater Dallas area, and we could see Willie too. So yeah. I seriously thinking about this spring doing that, because I don't want to go in the summer. The summer is miserable, but the spring is a good time to go. And yeah, definitely you will go with me, because Round Top gave me the bug. It gave me the bug, let me tell you. Round Top was amazing. But we might have to have a golf cart. Willie, do they have golf carts? Because I don't know what happened. My back started hurting really bad. Round Top was so much fun, but girl, let me tell you, it was hot. Oh, Lord, was it hot. Although it wasn't as hot as it could have been. We went early. We got a great, hey Cheryl, hope you're feeling better. We got a great parking spot. And you had to dig. I mean, let's be honest, Round Top, there were some Victorian pins. I don't know if you saw my video that I released last week on Round Top. Ooh, Willie, you don't know what you're into. Oh yeah, that would be fun. But they had $200 on those pins. And I'm like, okay, you're in a field, a dusty field. These were like in a back locked cabinet, dusty. And I was just like, this ain't an antique mall. So some vendors had antique mall prices, which was nuts. Because I was just like, no. If you want to charge antique store price, then I want to be in an air-conditioned venue. So there are I mean, and there were some booths that I was just like, have you checked the comps lately on that stuff? Because it's not quite what you think. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, and that was the one thing I was telling Beth. I said, I should have brought my wagon. I didn't bring my wagon. I mean, Beth had, thankfully, a little cart, but someone pointed out we could have brought a foldable stool. It could have, and I was like, oh. So, camp chair and a wagon are a must. And yes, water, lots of water and snacks. Yeah, somewhere there's a flip-flop. Somewhere, I don't know. Actually, the porta potty was surprisingly clean. I was very, very surprised. And they had a hand washing station outside. So, and we got to have a gentleman serenade us while we had our little sandwich, and Beth had her mountain of potatoes. But I highly recommend going to Round Top, just for the experience alone. Just you gotta just go for the experience. I don't know, Cheryl. I think the food was pretty much in line with any kind of event. No, I know better than Canton in the summer. Yeah, I know better than that. That's why I want to go in the spring, before it gets hot. And, and you want to go early, and go during the, I can't remember if Canton is during the week or if it's only on weekends, because that was the one thing about Round Top that was really good. Going during the week, so it wasn't nearly as crowded, as if you'd went on a weekend. So, yeah, that's my haul from the Texas Art Asylum. Yeah, Sheryl found the dollar tables. Yeah, I was trying to remember. I think it might be. So, yeah, I think so. I think so. But and then going that last week to Round Top was really good because those vendors didn't want to pack things up. So you did find several that were ready to wheel and deal, to where they didn't want to put that stuff back in their trailer. Well, I was like, that works for me. Alrighty, guys. That was everything I had for today. Like I said, I'm going to be making several ephemera packs. I got really excited over, you know, the concepts that I found there. But yeah, let me know what you think of what I found. And again, I can't wait to show you everything else. Yeah, Sheryl found Insta Family. So the next round is going to be the stuff I found at Purple Bag and at Rosenberg. So those items will be coming to next week's sale. I found some really great stuff. I was really excited over what I found. But Friday, I will drop the video for the Texas Art Asylum, give you an overall view of what that place is like. But hopefully, I will see you next week. I appreciate. Well, yeah, Willie, you missed Paisley chewing her bone right at the beginning, and then Harley barking at the UPS guy, as usual. So, alrighty, guys. I will see y'all same time, same place next week. Okay? Bye now.